Let's start off by talking about social media. How often do you use social media?
I actually just started using social media like 2 years back during, I think, like right after COVID. So I wouldn't say I'm active as such, but I'm trying to get into it like a full on hobby, but not really into it as of now.
Which platform do you use most often?
I don't know if I can say this, but right before COVID, we had Musically, which is like the prior name for TikTok. I was on it for sure. I was binge watching it every single day. And yeah, I think if you go back, you can find my old videos. So that was the first ever platform that I use. But right now, I think I'm mainly focusing on Instagram because of university and everything. So it's between both those two mostly.
Do you ever post content on social media?
Yeah, I actually post a lot of dance content because that's something I'm really passionate about. So on Instagram, it's mainly dance or like places that I visit or with friends. TikTok is just random things that we record as, uni, friends, and all of that.
Now let's talk about your studies.
Okay.
What are you studying at university?
So I'm doing my bachelor's in marketing. That wasn't really my first choice because I wanted to do psychology. And prior to that, I wanted to do aviation. So it kept going back and forth between those two, but I finally decided on marketing.
And do you like marketing?
I love marketing. I feel like it was meant for me. It's almost like it chose me. Yeah, it's not like I chose it, it's like it chose me. So it just feels like I belong.
What career would you like to do in the future with marketing?
I really haven't thought about it because when they told us to choose a degree, I didn't know what to choose because, I was barely 17 or 16 when I had to apply for university. So I just thought that choosing marketing meant that I would be in this really broad platform and the degree is so vast that, you can go into any career you want. But as of right now, I really want to get a name for myself and create a business or something. So probably having a business of my own one day.
Now let's talk about fruit.
Okay.
What's the most popular type of fruit in your country?
Oh, so where we come from, there's mainly mangoes, but I think in south of India, they really love jackfruit. They basically involve it in every single thing, in every drink, in every food, and curry mainly. So yeah, it's jackfruit, mango, those two for sure.
And what's your favorite fruit?
Mango, any day.
Are there any types of fruit that you really don't enjoy?
I don't know. I mean, there's nothing that I hate as such, but I feel like dragon fruit does not really have much flavor. I don't know. Maybe it's just my experience, but I think I might like it if I try it again. It's been a few years. So,
Do you like eating cooked food that
I
has fruit in it?
that could be a controversial topic. It really depends on what. Like you can't if you're saying pizza, for example, I hate the whole concept of pineapple on pizza. I feel like it ruins it completely. But overall, yeah, I guess. Why not go have a little bit of risk taking?
And where you live, where do people normally buy their fruit?
Okay.
Just jumping in to give you our free gift, we analysed hundreds of band 7, 8, and 9 speaking performances and we analysed the vocabulary. And we've put all the best words, phrases, idioms into one PDF for you. If you would like that, go to the description, click on the link. It's our gift to you. You can download it 100% for free.
So where I'm from in India, people usually buy from street vendors. I feel like it's also really affordable, but it depends on which, class you come from. If you're more on the higher side, people do go to malls and shop from there. But like middle class and lower class, it's always on the street. It's just better for all of us.
Now let's talk about walking. How many steps do you normally get in per
Oh,
day?
this is it like before university started or after?
Up to
Because
you.
it's going crazy right now. I think I've walked 20,000 average every day. Yeah.
And when you were in school, did you walk less than now?
I mean, we did have school transport, right? So comparatively, yeah. But I also was really involved in a lot of physical activities. I was on the athletics team and all of that. So it really depended on the everyday thing because athletics was like twice a week or something of that. But right now, as I'm walking every day, obviously the steps just keep on increasing. So yeah.
Do you like to live in a place that is walkable?
Oh, I love it. Right now, where we're living, I feel like everything is very accessible. There's metro nearby, there are malls, and university is also not really far. So I feel like just having that sense of, accessibility is always good. This is an Indian movie. It's called Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara, which is a Hindi movie. And I think that was like one of the first movies I saw, if I'm being very honest. But the thing is, back in the day, it had a lot of meaning, and I don't think I would have, understood that because it was a really deep meaning. But I remember watching it like 2 months ago, and I feel like I missed out on so much just because, that age difference was there, obviously. And it speaks a lot about how you live such a small life, and time goes by really fast, and you meet all these people, and there's so much to the world that you don't really see. So yeah, Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara was obviously something that I wish I could rewatch for the first time again and with friends. It's just such a beautiful movie that talks about, these three guy friends who go to Spain as a vacation trip, and they come across a lot of fun activities, and they just have a really amazing time. So I'm pretty sure that's something that really would have encouraged me and my friends to, take up now. It really did change my mindset on life, and I think that's the main reason why I wish I want to travel the world and experience every culture and see how people, are in every country and what they like about themselves. And yeah, just overall, I just want to learn a lot of new things and experience new cultures and travel with my friends. Yeah, so probably that. What else? I would say that, oh, there were a lot of scenes which involved, where they were talking about, this is one friend that was really scared to take risks. And towards the end of the movie, he loved experiencing new things. He was very adventurous. And I feel like that's something that, really teaches you to take risks in your life, because you never know, you might actually have fun doing it. And yeah, so I think that's probably going to be my favorite movie.
So we've been discussing a movie, and we're going to continue to talk about the theater, plays, and acting. In your country, do people often go to the theater or plays?
100%. I feel like a huge part about our culture and just our country in general is the movie, the art, the music. I feel like it really plays such a huge role. And it's not just locally, I feel like even internationally, our movies hold such a big value. So, yeah, you can really see that, um, curiosity and eagerness to watch those new movies, and that excitement that people have built up, and that energy, you can really see it through the audience. So I think it's a huge, huge, huge part of our country.
Is it easy to get tickets to big shows?
It really depends. It's like first come, first serve. So if you book early, you're lucky. Otherwise, you do have to wait in the line for sure. Maybe watch it like 3 months after it's released, or on Netflix or whatever television platform that you have. Yeah.
Do you think that tickets should be cheaper for younger people?
Yeah, I
If you would like your speaking assessed one-on-one, we do offer that as part of our VIP package. To thank you for watching the video, I'll offer you 10% off. All you have to do is just go to the description, click the link, and you can get 10% off today.
I wish it was free, because back in the day when I was like 2 or 3 years old, and my dad would have to pay the tickets even then, because I would usually fall asleep in the theater. So I do wish that, it would be free for at least until like 6 years old. And then after that, yeah, you can do the regular payment for sure. Yeah.
Now let's talk about acting.
Mhm.
Why do people want to become actors?
Oh, this is funny because as a kid, I would love to act. I remember, sitting in my room, I wouldn't let anyone know. I would be recording like audition videos, and I would pretend like I was the casting director as well as the auditioner, and I would record videos. And I think the main reason why is because obviously, who doesn't want to be seen on the big screen? So that's surely one of it. Just knowing that you're a star and many people across the world are going to be seeing you and are going to be in awe of you. And, just that whole idea of being famous and being loved by so many people, I think that automatically just brings so much energy into you. And yeah, I just feel like it's such a great experience. It's very different. It's obviously very saturated as well now because there are a lot of people there. But I feel like it's really competitive. And if you get through it, it's great. It's amazing. It's your life is set pretty much.
To become a successful actor, what are the qualities someone should have?
Patience, for sure. I feel like you do have to keep auditioning again and again until you find a role that's suitable for you. And obviously talent, but I feel like you can build upon talent. No one's born with talent. So it's just a lot of hard work, just really training yourself to, go through every day and practice and patience and resilience, basically.
And do you think there are any drawbacks to
Oh,
becoming an actor?
100%. At least now, at least in my country, I feel like there is a lot of drama, within the society and within the career degree, whatever. I feel like it can be very bad in terms of mental health. I've seen a lot of cases where actors have, because they've been going through a lot of backlash and all of that. So I feel like it can be bad sometimes, but also if you avoid all that negativity and you avoid all those bad comments, which is obviously difficult, but if you somehow do manage to create that barrier and that wall, and if your guard is really high up, I think you can get through it.
So let me give you some feedback on part 1, part 2, and part 3 of your test.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about your scores and how you can improve. Overall, very, very good. Part 1, the thing I love about your performance is you're so enthusiastic.
Thank you.
Like you were a little bit nervous before the
Yeah.
test, but that I could not tell at all.
I'm
Maybe
really-
it was the nervous energy coming out. What are you?
Yeah,
what
I
are you-
had butterflies in my stomach throughout the whole thing, but got through it.
Some people, when they're very nervous, make lots
Yeah.
of mistakes. You
Yeah.
didn't. I was really admiring your performance because you were enthusiastic and speaking quite quickly and with enthusiasm. But what normally happens when somebody does that is they can make a lot of fluency errors, or they can make a grammar and vocabulary
Yeah.
errors. That wasn't the case. It was someone speaking at a very high level enthusiastically. So that's great.
I've been told that when I get nervous, I speak really fast.
So you're from India,
Yeah.
and it is not a common weakness. I wouldn't call it a weakness. This is a common trait of many Indian speakers. I think
Yeah.
when you're speaking your native language, you
Yeah,
speak very
really
quickly.
fast. Yeah.
And that you translate that to when you're speaking English. If someone has a very strong Indian accent and they speak very, very quickly, it can affect the examiner's ability to understand you. You do not have that problem. So you're speaking a little bit quickly, but I don't mean too fast. I just mean in general quickly. And you're speaking clearly, which is very, very good. Believe me, if you were speaking too quickly, I would tell you to slow down. I'm not going to say that to you. Because if I tell you to slow down, you're going to be thinking about that in the test, and you're going to be conscious of that. And we don't want you to be thinking of that. We want you just to naturally answer the question. So do not worry about that. It's
Great.
very, very good. Part 2, you didn't make any notes. I noted that down.
Yeah. I was doing it in my head.
So if you can do it in your head,
Yeah.
you have an 18-year-old brain. I do not. So I have a 43-year-old brain. I cannot do that. I could do it when I was 18. I can't do it. But if you can do that, that's fine. But I would recommend, as you said, I'm making you feel comfortable.
Yeah.
You seem like a nice person. Nice people, when they meet people who are not nice to them,
Yeah.
normally can be, oh, what am I doing? Like,
Yeah.
and then get a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
I'm not saying every examiner will be that way, but it is a possibility. It is a possibility that they are tired, they are grumpy. Not everyone will be that way, but it could happen. And they're not doing their job wrong. If maybe they're just tired and they're really focusing, and it takes energy to be nice to people all day. It does. So they might just be lacking in energy, and they need the last of the remaining battery to do your scores accurately, and the smiles are not coming. If that happens, I would recommend for part 2 making a few notes of like, what are other things that you could talk about? Add a few more things. So describe a play, like what was the play about? What was the film about? How did you feel about it? What happened in it? Are there any actors or actresses that you really admire in there? What are they like? Just add a few notes of like easy things for you to talk about. So if you run out of things to say, you can just look at your notes and start talking again. I think you'll be fine.
Yeah.
But
No, I did kind of forget what I had planned.
Yeah,
So I understand.
But you talked about that for nearly 2 minutes exactly. So no problems for part 2. Part 3, again, you developed your answers really, really well. You expanded on your answers. You gave examples. I would have no problems with part 3. You handled those questions. Are you familiar with that topic, or is that a topic you love?
No, I just thought of it on the spot.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Because the way you were speaking about it was like you were talking about something that you were really passionate about.
No idea.
Okay.
I wish I did, but
that's
no.
even more impressive. If it was like you're a movie buff and you
Yeah.
love acting,
Yeah.
then I would be like, oh, okay, well, what if you get a topic you're unfamiliar with?
Yeah.
But if that was an unfamiliar topic and you performed at that level, excellent. You're
Thank
doing
you.
really well. So let's talk about pronunciation, grammar, vocabulary. Is one area that I think you can work on more than others. Now, probably your strength is fluency. So the speed of your voice affects fluency and it affects pronunciation. We've already talked about why it can
Yeah.
affect pronunciation. It can affect fluency if you speak too quickly because you kind of trip over your own words. Sometimes
Yeah.
you don't do this, by the way, but some people who speak too quickly, their lips are going faster than their brain.
Yeah.
Your brain and your mouth are going kind of at the same speed. So
Okay.
you've no problem with that. Again, you're 18, so your brain is probably firing on all cylinders. So no problems there. If you were speaking very quickly and then because some people, they speak really quickly but they're constantly you don't do that.
Oh,
It's
I
just
felt like I did.
you do it a little bit
Yeah.
but not unnaturally.
Okay.
So it's totally fine. If you were stumbling and you were running out of things to say and you
Yeah.
were having multiple audible pauses that sounded very unnatural, I would tell you just take a beat and slow down.
Yeah.
But one of the things that is just very impressive about you is how enthusiastically you speak. And I would never tell someone to not be themselves
Yeah.
if that is a plus, if that helps them. Sometimes people are themselves and it doesn't help them, what they're doing, and we need to change that a little
Yeah.
bit. You are being yourself.
Thank
and
you.
and being and performing really, really well. So I think fluency and coherence are a big strength for you. Pronunciation, the examiner is thinking, can I clearly understand what she's saying? You do. You don't have really any accent interference. You can definitely tell you're from India.
Yeah.
But the good news is that the IELTS test does not judge you on do you have an Indian accent or a British accent or an American accent.
Yeah.
You can have an Indian accent that is really clear or an Indian accent that is impenetrable and no one can understand it.
Yeah.
You have one of the very clear ones. So again, that's great that you are being yourself. Our accents are part of our identity.
Yeah.
So, it's
I'm
really
embracing it.
you're embracing it, which is excellent.
Yeah.
And keep doing it. Your enthusiasm, if we are sometimes people come in and they speak with a monotone.
Yeah.
Everything is very flat. My
Yeah.
name is Chris. I am from Ireland. And what we do is get them to try and pretend to be enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Because that forces, if you feel enthusiastic about something, your intonation goes up and down. We don't need to do that with you because you're naturally enthusiastic, just an enthusiastic person. So your intonation is really, really good. I think you get a very, very high score for pronunciation as well. So fluency and pronunciation, excellent. Grammar, I spotted a few small errors from time to time. None of them are major and they're very infrequent. So it's not something I would really worry about.
Okay.
I think you can get one of the very high marks despite little slips from time to time. I would maybe need to listen back and listen a little bit more carefully but I didn't, on first listen, I didn't really identify anything. Vocabulary is a tricky one. So for many Indian people that I work with, they have been taught that they have to use advanced vocabulary and they often learn lists of vocabulary and it ends up that they try and sound more advanced than they're capable of. They're using vocabulary that is above their level and they use it incorrectly.
Yeah.
You don't do that at all. And if you were using very advanced vocabulary, our advice would be just use simpler words that they're sure and correct. So let me give you some examples. You said it's such a beautiful movie. They do fun activities. They have an amazing time. So beautiful, fun, amazing. These are all just normal words that are correct. They are appropriate. I hate telling people to try and use more advanced vocabulary, especially when they're using it correctly and appropriately. But if I had to give you some advice, if I had to say this is a negative, which I don't think it really is, as I say, I hate giving this advice, you could maybe use a wider range of more advanced words, but you're only 18. You're going to study in an English-speaking university.
Yeah.
By the time you're 22, you will have a much wider vocabulary anyway, because we don't stop learning vocabulary at 18. I think in a few years, you will just naturally learn and be able to use much more advanced vocabulary. So right now, to get into university, you do not need any more vocabulary, because to get into the university you only really need 6.5 or 7. You're well above that. You're way above that. So if I tell you, don't say beautiful movie, Don't say fun activities. Don't say
Yeah.
amazing. Say something more advanced.
Yeah.
You're going to attempt that and mess it up.
Yeah.
And if you do that again and again, you will get below the score that you need.
Yeah.
So I would suggest strategically use the vocabulary you naturally use, which is perfect, is great. And as you go to university and you study in English and you get, because we can't force vocabulary into somebody's head.
Yeah.
The best way to learn vocabulary is naturally
Naturally.
over a long period of time.
Yeah.
The human brain, it's controversial how many new words, but it's something like around 10 a day.
Okay.
If you are studying marketing at an English speaking university, you will naturally learn about 10 new words a day over the course of 3 or 4 years. That's a lot of words. Like that's a lot. Plus just watching English movies, reading English books. So what I'm saying is you are on the right course.
Yeah.
And for your age, you're amazing. Very, very, very good.
Thank
So you're way above
Yeah.
most Indian people attending an undergraduate degree in an English speaking university. So you're doing very, very, very well. So
I feel good hearing that.
yeah, you're doing amazingly well. I have nothing else to say. Any questions?
No, it was great.
No?
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.